So hey folks, and welcome to the Gentleman's Ride. Now if you don't know what the Gentleman's Ride is, it comes around every year. 2019 was the last year, and then it all got cancelled because of COVID. So we're just coming through, or we're starting the ride off in Grasmere, up in the Lake District today. Beautiful place. If you've not been here before, I recommend coming up this way. It's just located just above Ambleside, and I'll just point it out on the map just here. And then it's a lovely little village. You've got lots of hotels and things, so plenty of places to stay. Lots of little cafes and shops, walking shops and stuff. And also there's a very famous gingerbread shop just around the corner somewhere. You've got all these lovely little guest houses. Just where the queue is on the left hand side just here is Grasmere gingerbread. So homemade gingerbread shop just there. Very popular, everyone's queuing. And you've got some tea gardens just over the bridge just there on the left. More little cafes, Beatrix Potter shop just there. Grasmere Brewery just there with nice tables and chairs outside. And the chocolate cottage just there, just where that bike went past. A couple of pubs too. On today's ride, with it being the Gentleman's Ride, I'm actually doing a loop, so I'm going from Grasmere village just here in the lakes, and we're going to head past Thirlmere and up towards Keswick. We'll do a right at Keswick and then head over and back down past Ullswater and then over Kirkstone Pass back down into Ambleside, where we're going to finish off the ride with some fish and chips, I think, from a nice chippy either in Ambleside or Bowness on the way back. So yeah, Gentleman's Ride. As you can see, I'm not wearing a nice tweed jacket and normal shoes and things. I've got all my protective gear on. There's no way I'm coming out in a tweed jacket without all of my gear. Plus it's only, I think, 14 degrees, so it would be very cold if I was wearing that attire. Now normally the Gentleman's Ride is a group ride, but because of the COVID situation this year, they're letting everybody do their own, and it's obviously to raise money for charities. So those of you who donated, thank you very much. Very much appreciate it, and it's going to a good cause, so thank you for that. So we've got the Swan Hotel, an inn on the right hand side just there, opposite the turning, or the second turning for Grasmere village. And then you've got these spectacular mountains in front of us, and we're going to weave our way through these and up through these to get past Thirlmere and then head towards Keswick. So yeah, it's a beautiful road, not too busy at this time that I'm filming this today. Sometimes obviously in the summer time it gets very busy up here. Some nice pubs. Obviously we've got outdoor seating and things, but you're allowed to eat indoors now as well. It's quite windy today, but we still have some blue sky peeking through the clouds. I'm actually filming this on the Saturday, which was yesterday, and the reason for that is that tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be raining again and awful. So we just stopped just short of Thirlmere, and there was just a turning just left just here, so you can go left for Keswick, or right, which was the way we came down from Grasmere. And I've just found this lovely little stream. This obviously flows down from the hills up there and then down to Thirlmere Lake. So Thirlmere is a man-made reservoir, not a lake. So basically it was flooded where there used to be a village, and the village that is in the bottom of it, in a very, very dry summer, actually pokes out the top of the water, and there's a church spire that normally appears first. No chance of seeing the village poking out or the church spire. We've just had far too much rain over the last few months. So I'm happy to say my new battery actually fired up first time today. I've had it on an optimizer for the last few days since I put it on. Just going to head down this road. Never been down here before, but it's all about exploring and seeing what's around. Just pull up on the left here and just look at the valley just there. Don't know whether the camera's picking it up. That's where that stream was coming down from. Absolutely stunning. So quiet too. Beautiful. And then I come and be noisy with my motorbike. Just lovely to see all the green fields and the leaves on the trees now. Not sure how far this road goes, but we're just coming around the other side of Thirlmere now. Be interesting to see if it drops down next to the lake. Perhaps we can get the drone up to have a look at the area for you. So the gentleman's ride, although I'm riding on my own and not in the gentleman's ride group this year, I have tried to enter it before. If you look at the website, they're all on like old classic bikes and things like that. One year I was told I couldn't actually enter it with my bike because it wasn't old enough, so I was against doing something. But just recently I've been trying to raise some money for charity for prostate cancer for men and those types of things. Don't know what it is, maybe it's my age. So I've been doing some money raising on my bicycle, just trying to get fit, and I thought I'd have a crack at the gentleman's ride. Although I do ride every weekend anyway, so kind of this is just like a normal ride for me. But at least we're trying to raise money for something good. So some cars coming down here, so there must be something up here or leads to somewhere. Just running along the side of the lake just here. So I can certainly say that the road that we've come on around the west side of the lake actually goes right the way around the west side. Not been round it before. Really pleasant. And then you've got the dam at the far end just there that you've seen on the drone just now. So I think we're actually going to drive or ride across that once we get past the cyclist. Lovely lake, one of the lesser known ones in the Lake District. Not many people come up to this one, but there's a lovely walk right round the edge of the lake. And I've just missed a turn, but I can go here because there's a fork in the road. So we'll just turn down here. And it's closed. Or is it closed? Can we get through? I take it the road is closed for cars. A little gap that we just snuck through. Oh wow. So I don't know if you can see. There's the lake. And we're actually on the dam. A lovely little castle just here. Look at that. Coat of arms and everything. Just a turret. Amazing. So I wonder if there's a gap big enough to get my bike through on the other end. If not, I'll be going back the other way. There we go. So you can get your bike through it. Little campsite just on the right. Nice place, just tucked into a gully, away from the wind. A few static caravans. Lovely place. And then we're back on the A591, left towards Keswick. So I would say if you're into walking, then that's a nice little walk around that other side of the lake. And then on the A591, just about 5 miles past Thirlmere, we'll drop down into Keswick. And what I'll do is I'll actually ride around the town of Keswick, so I can show you that. So once we're in Keswick, I'm going to actually look for a fish and chip shop in Keswick, because I'm getting quite peckish. Beautiful mountains. So just coming into the 30 now. Just into the top of the town. It gets quite twisty as it drops down the hillside. Follow the road around to the left. This will take us down to the town centre. Nice little pub there. And then you've got the Shell petrol station and Spar on your left if you need to fill up. So I thought this was a police car down the road. Not that I'm speeding now anyway. But it's an ambulance station. So another great place if you're looking for somewhere to stay, Keswick. There's lots of B&Bs and things. A couple of hotels here. And I can actually smell fish and chips. Little bistro. Italian. I can still smell fish and chips. Costa Coffee on the right. Mercedes backing up. So just on the car park on your left there, you've got a little coffee shop, cafe. I've been there before, it's quite good. And there's a good bike cafe. Actually, I'll show you where that is now. So we're just going to do a right here by Black's. There's a chippy on the left. Nowhere to pull up outside though. So might just grab something when I drop back down into Ambleside and Bowness. No plan other than a route. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So you've got the Bridge Cafe there. motorcycle sign outside, but that's not the one that I was meaning. So we're just going to turn right just here, and I'll show you which one I mean. And I have featured it on the cafe series in the back catalogue if you take a look, and I'll put a link to that just at the top of the screen just now. Oh, it's nice, the sun's come out again, makes it all the warmer. Still only 13 degrees, a little bit cool, but great to be out. Now, just on the right hand side just here is the filling station cafe. Closed just now because it's late, and then you've got the Jennings pub on the left hand side. So we're just going to head towards Penrith on the A66. We'll just do a few miles on this dual carriageway, and then we're going to cut down by Ullswater and then over Kirkstone Pass. So we just turned off the A66 for the signpost Troutbeck and Ullswater. Absolutely great road. And get past this camper. Thank you very much. Ullswater 2.5. And there's Ullswater just in front of us. Absolutely cracker road. What a beautiful view. And now we're just going to do a right here towards Glenridding, Windermere 16. Absolutely splendid road was that. Get out before this guy. So we're just coming down into Glenridding. You got the Inn by the Lake just here. Very popular hotel. Good place to stop off for afternoon teas next to the lake. Tea and scones. And then you got a few shops just on the right. Little cafe, hot pies, sandwiches. And then one of my favourite places for food is just here. It's actually closed just now, and that's the St Patrick's boat landing, which is a beautiful spot to stop and have some lunch on a nice warm sunny day. You've got the Patterdale Hotel just here, nestled in between these two mountains. Always very popular during the daytime. In fact, there's probably 20 bikes parked up. So popular bikers overnight stop. You've got the White Lion just here on the left. And then another tea room just on the right, I think it is. What a beautiful spot. One of my favourite rides, this actually, from Ambleside up over Kirkstone Pass down to Ullswater, and the St Patrick boat landing that I showed you just before is my favourite cafe to grab something to eat while I'm on this route. So we'll just head up in between these mountains, spectacular mountains, and then just rise up Kirkstone Pass from this side over the top. You've got the Kirkstone Pass in on the top of the mountain. As you drop down the other side, it drops you straight down into the top of Ambleside. So you can see on the front of the bike there, I've got the Insta360 camera that I use for the shots looking back at me, and just really to capture everything around me. Different shots and various different angles. But one of the things that Insta has just come out with, which I think is genius, and I used to have it on one of my other cameras, and it's a remote control. So they've now bought a remote control that I can just literally clip onto my bars and use that, because it's quite fiddly, especially with the cage that's on it, to try and hit the record button. And if any of you have this camera, you'll probably understand what I'm meaning by that. So normally I have to pull over, hit record or stop, and it's just a pain in the bottom, to be honest. So I've ordered the remote control, and hopefully it'll be here in a few days. Yeah, that'll solve that problem. I just wish DJI Osmo Actions would come with a remote control as well, then I could use one for that. And if you're using multiple of the same cameras, you can just hit record and it'll start and stop all of your cameras together. So it just helps a little. So this is the start of the pass, and goes right between those two hills. Not sure of the height, but I'm sure there'll be a sign somewhere. In winter there's also a skiing place with ski lifts at the top of here somewhere. I think it's further over behind the right hand mountain just there. Nice bit of blue sky just over the other side there. It's going to turn out to be a absolutely beautiful evening. I think what I'll do is I'll go to my favourite chippy in Bowness on Windermere, and then I'll head down towards the lake, finish off my my evening with a nice chip shop dinner. We'll head home from there. And hopefully the bad weather and the cold weather we have. I mean, it's 6 o'clock and it's 11 degrees, and as you can see from this waterfall just up here, we've had lots and lots of rain this last month. Probably the wettest May for a long time. Just here you can see it. ready for some warmer weather. Hopefully next weekend it'll warm up a little bit and we'll have some nice sunshine. Bank holiday weekend. Plan to get out quite a bit next weekend, and I'm not sure whether I'm gonna nip to Scotland or not on the bank holiday Monday. Maybe take a day off work on the Tuesday and make a long weekend of it. So that could be a plan, but it will be a very last minute decision. So let's see. All depends on the weather. If the weather warms up a bit, then we'll go. If it's as cold as it is now, well then I'm not going to do it. So it's been a lovely ride so far. Glad I found the road that goes around the back of Thirlmere. That was lovely. And we're just at the top now of Kirkstone Pass, and then just on the left, just here, is the Kirkstone Pass Inn. Very popular spot for tourists. Big car park opposite. Nice to grab a pint there if it was a little bit warmer. This is the A592. It says 50% of accidents involved motorcycles on this road. Doesn't say how long a time span that was taken over. Just take your time coming over this bit. The road's okay. It's not too bad. It's very twisty, but you've also got lots of tourists up here, by the way, that don't know the road. That also is a problem in summer. It's the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend, which is a good race always, but problem is there's nowhere to overtake. So, but the Ferraris are actually doing very well in the practice sessions I see from earlier this morning that I watched. Been about 7 years actually since I was in Monaco. I actually went down on a motorcycle and we did the Route Napoleon that drops down into Nice and then headed over to Monaco for a few hours during the day. And that was about a week after the Grand Prix, and all the stands and the circuit and everything was still cordoned off, but you were allowed to use the road. So I actually got to do a lap of the actual Monaco circuit through the tunnel. It's quite a nice trip that was. I'd love to get down that south coast of France again, but COVID, it's stopping us currently. And in a few hundred yards we'll just drop down to the roundabout. We're just going to go straight across, cut through to Bowness, and then get some dinner because I'm starving. So just after the car park, just on the right there, you've got the chip shop on the right, just here. I'm going to try and pull in where this church is. So, got the chips, got them strapped on the handlebars in a plastic bag. So I'll just head to my favourite place and I'll pull up and I can get some tea. So I'm just going to head down by the glebe just here. Still very busy this time of day. And then I'm just going to head down just here, nice and peaceful, right next to the water, and eat my food. Nice sausage and chips. Have a chip. Okay, so all fed and watered. And we're just heading out to the glebe now. Lovely evening. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hopefully all being well, next bank holiday weekend we'll get a few more vids out and join you then for those. Just going to head up through Bowness, through Windermere, and then we're going to head back on the Kendal Road, back down to the motorway. People queuing up to get into pubs, not me. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, all helps. And if you click on the like button if you like the video. Have a great week, and bank holiday weekend coming up. Take care. Cheers.